welcome to River City Knits Podcast. I'm Enid.
I'm Elisa.
And Amanda is unavailable today. She's having family time. So, it's just us today. What are we talking about?
So, it's July.
It's July.
And it is really rainy in San Antonio. So, it's like 75 degrees, which that's not the case for July in San Antonio. It's usually like 102, or at least heat index of 102. So it's a really nice respite, but it's very, very humid.
But it also explains why we're so mellow.
Yeah. So it's really nice though. It's been some really pretty gray days, and then we've had some random sunshine and everything too. So it's been a nice mix, I think, so far this summer, which just has really helped, I think, knitting wise. I think last week or so, I was knitting on my Marcel wrap, and I was like, oh my God, this is so hot. This wool, this is like too much wool. And then this weekend, I was like, oh, this feels really good. So, yeah, now I definitely understand. Even with air conditioning, like, it does make a difference. So, we've got a lot of bags on our table here today, so it's kind of exciting.
Let's talk about our twinsy bags.
So Enid had an Indie Dyer pop-up on Saturday, and it's Crafting My Chaos.
Crafting My Chaos.
Yeah, Crafting My Chaos.
Oh, your label's on
yours. Oh, it probably has to be turned around. So Rebecca is a really beautiful yarn dyer. We met her actually first back at Yellow Rose earlier this year, which is in Seguin, Texas. She also, in addition to dyeing yarn, she also makes really beautiful quality project bags. And she and her friend Dawn are the ones who did the giveaway. So we'll talk about the giveaway. But so yeah, we both fell in love with the succulents. So Enid let me get the big bag because I was like, she's like, which one? I was like, well, I really want the big one. So it's been great. I transferred my Marcel wrap into here. So I still have a lot of my contrast color still, but not much of my main color. So hopefully I have another half a row, which is 375 stitches. So it's quite still a bit, plus the bind off. Yeah. But because that last set is the contrast color.
Yeah, that's fine.
So she has a finished object.
I've got this one. I think we showed it the last episode. We did, but so that I have it here for you to compare. But yeah, that's all you got left.
Yeah, so this is, I have this left. I have this last set left. I'm right here.
Okay. Yeah.
So I'm on that part. So I should be fine.
You should be fine.
So,
so pretty.
I know. I can't wait to block it.
You want to talk about your lace? Adventures in lace.
Adventures of lace. Adventures of Elisa.
Of chart lace.
So,
because you've done lace before.
I've done lace before. I've done lace wraps. I've done lace shawls. I did the Cookie A monkey socks. That was lace. That was my second pair of socks.
Oh, monkey.
So,
I love monkey socks.
This is my first time doing lace knitting with a chart, and so
She was really...
I ripped out.
She went kicking and screaming into Chartland.
I did go kicking and screaming. But once I got in, I'm like, oh my gosh, I have the lace chart part memorized, which would never happen before. I was like going back and referring to the sheet. So I think that was kind of nice, is just getting that memorized. But I think there's lots of things that, a designer just assumes or just figures, oh, the knitter will know how X, Y, and Z is, and there was a lot that I don't know. So, reading charts. That's when knitting friends are the best, because it was really just my friends helping me out, because I felt like something I really couldn't Google or YouTube to find answers, because it really, I feel, depends on the designer.
Well, yeah, and then nothing is, we went to a couple retreats a couple years back, and the knitting pattern writers, everybody's got their own style, and nothing's really standardized. I mean, they're trying. There is some standard symbols that everybody's following, but everybody has their own style of writing. So they might leave some things out, and you can't always YouTube that, because
it depends on the designer.
I find that a lot with crochet. They're like, you can go to both sides of the chain, or the back, or the front. Okay. But as long as, and Claudine's our wise sensei.
Yes.
She's like, do whatever you want, just do it consistent throughout the whole pattern, and then your pattern looks like it was intended. So that's kind of the rule of thumb I follow.
Yeah, and I think and I think it helps if you just kind of lay it out. You know, if you're going to be doing something that's not consistent, just laying it out there and just saying, look, when I say this is what I mean.
True.
So I think that also helps. But yeah, so Claudine and Marissa helped last week at our stitch night over at Panera and just kind of helped lay things out. And you know, it's funny because I've done two mitered, what is it called?
Chevron
Chevron blankets. So I've done chevrons before, and I was still struggling. I was just thinking about where the slip stitches were, because last night as I was working on it, I realized, wait, when I did the chevrons, I slipped knit stitch. I slipped from the knit, because it was a confusion. Do you slip from the purl way? Do you slip through the knit way?
It's a 2-stitch decrease. And I think I talked about this in the last episode. It's how you slip those stitches that make it look different. So if you slip both of them separately as if to purl,
which is my default,
and then knit and then pass those two over, they lay differently, but the way it's intended in a chevron pattern, it's you slip them as if to knit two together.
So like if you were doing a knit two together, just not completing the stitch.
You just slip those two and then knit, and then that puts the stitches in the correct order so that they kind of lay and create a little ridge.
You know, you totally talked about that in the last podcast, and it didn't sink in, and so that's why I was struggling from before.
But you know, I did that in just like hers. We're twinsies. We're twinsies.
So my first section has my slip stitches a little messy. So,
but I mean, you know, as long as it's consistent. So the rest of the pattern is done the way you wanted it to.
So my mom's birthday is July 27th, and this is total. I think I felt really confident on Thursday night after I met with my friends. So this is all I've worked on this weekend. Like, I still haven't finished my sock. Like, I'm still on the foot. Still haven't finished my sock.
That's number 2.
This is sock 2. I have sock 1. Sock 1's done. I like smelling socks. Clean socks. Wool socks that I've handed. So, so I'm working on 2, but I haven't really been playing with it because I'm kind of like powering through this Marcel wrap, and I'm really excited. It's, like I said, a gift for my mom, and her birthday's coming up, so I think it'll be a lot of fun. But I can't wait to block this wrap. Like, I'm really excited about that.
It's gonna be pretty.
So it's kind of cool.
So that's that. What else? What other lace are you working on?
Well, I haven't quite gotten to the lace section of the
starting point. And that's a chart and written.
That's chart and written. So I'm going to challenge myself to use the chart when I get to that point. So I thought I was all ready to get onto the twisted rib here. And then I realized I'm not ready.
So when I first started doing lace, I always looked for the pattern that had the written and the chart, so that I could go by the chart and then read my knitting and make sure that I did it, comparing it to the written. And I would check my work that way.
Yeah, I didn't realize the border on the chart meant that's the repeat. Like it was a different color. I didn't understand that. So I was repeating
the whole thing.
32 stitches. I was doing a 32 stitch repeat instead of a 16 stitch repeat. So,
I didn't even think to ask, but I don't think I was there when you were doing it.
No, you weren't. No. And so Jamie Bartolome was like, oh yeah, I used 22 stitch markers to kind of keep the lace pattern in space. And I was like, I only used 10. What happened? What did I do wrong? And then I kept having stitches left over. And then the girls explained, no, this is what the border looks like. So yeah, I'm turning into a monogamous knitter. I don't know how I feel about this. Because these are the only 3 projects I have on my needles.
That's cool.
I feel like this has been like this. I feel like this is all I've been doing all year.
I have a lot of projects on the needles, but I think the other 75% are on hibernation.
So, yeah, this one still has a ways. So my thought was, once I finish these last 2 rows and then do the twisted rib stitch.
You did lace here, but you did the written.
Yeah, I did the written. Totally did the written. So when I do the twisted rib stitch with the purl on this section, then I'll take a break from this side and like get to that's this section over here. It will be done because I love it. So this yarn is this project is knit with Farmer's Daughter Fibers out of Montana, and they have a knit along going along. So I don't know if any of you guys have any of their yarn, but it's called the Summer
Breeze.
Knit Easy Knit Along is what it's called, and
what
it's
is it?
Knit Easy Knit Along.
Knit Easy.
And
Knit Easy.
so what you're supposed to do is just, you know, on your summer adventures, if you're knitting with their Farmer's Daughter Fibers, if you're out somewhere, you take a picture and use their hashtag. It's hashtag KnitEasy_2018. And they're just thinking it'd be kind of a fun way just to highlight their yarn so you can see what projects people are working on with their different colorways. And then there's prizes and stuff like that. So if you're into knit-alongs, if you have any of the Farmer's Daughter Fibers, which I love, I mean, all 5 of these were from the same kit, and they're beautiful colors, should definitely check it out. It's all summer long, so there's still plenty of time. We're only in July. Can I talk about this?
Yes.
So Linda Grace is on Instagram, and her birthday was last week. And for her birthday, she had said she had a birthday picture, and she had said, if you like my photo, give me a little birthday greeting, get entered into just her giveaway. And she wanted to give something away for her birthday. And it's this gorgeous yarn, nice beautiful speckles with almost like a silvery gray base, like background color. And it has stellina in both the mini and this one.
We're so well lit today, thanks to my lighting technician.
AKA her husband. He was like pretty intense.
We've got some serious lighting.
There's a lot of lighting going on.
So, he turned the AC on, so now we're not sweating. I was like,
she's like, it's warm. I'm like, I'm usually the one that's warm. So this is from Dragon Horde Yarn.
It's like, I don't know if you can see, but it's so sparkly.
We'll do a close-up picture. And so she sent this to me on Saturday, and I got it today. It was really exciting.
Wow, that's fast.
So it's a sweet little charm that's got a beach umbrella with a little beach lawn chair. And she's out of New Jersey, so it's kind of cool, like with their coastline and stuff. So yeah, Dragon Horde Yarn, and it is 70 merino, 25 nylon, 5 stellina. So I guess some cool socks. Mm-hmm. And it's called Speckled Dragon Eggs.
What? Speckled Dragon Eggs.
So it's really beautiful. So thank you, Linda Grace. I love it. This was such a wonderful surprise, and I hope your birthday month is fantastic. And you kind of inspire me for my birthday. We'll see. But my birthday's not till February.
Mine's coming up.
Hers is coming up August 1. And Amanda's is July 21.
I'm middle aged. I'm gonna be 45. Well, in the middle of the middle age.
Middle of the middle age.
Or is 50 middle?
I don't know. I don't feel like I'm 44, so it's just like, it's up to when I'm all achy.
Oh, this weather. So the weather's been really nice, but we were supposed to record yesterday, and I was recovering from, I don't know what.
Some major inflammation.
Some serious, like a serious
arthritis.
Flare up
Yeah.
I just laid in bed, just one throbbing pulse of pain. My husband's like, what's wrong with you? Maybe you're coming down with something. I'm like, no, it's just pain.
So arthritis really makes me nervous. Just because this is my stress relief. Mm-hmm. But as Enid reminded me, knitting, though, does help.
Knitting helps. Keeps your hands lubricated, keep it moving. And you probably should be exercising and walking. Those things help your body. But, when you've got allergens in the air and then the barometric pressure drops and there's like heavy rain coming and
Saharan dust.
What is it? This is like the very beginning of hurricane season. It starts August.
I think it's already started.
So,
I think hurricane season starts July 1.
Those old injuries start to like remind you that they're there. Like, ow, feel a rainstorm coming. Oh.
I know it's weird because you think of your old Theas and Theos are like talking all this stuff. And they're like, those eggs. I'm like, what are they talking about?
My toe hurts. We're having a thunderstorm tonight. Okay, all right.
But it's true. So this finger has been especially just achy, which is kind of funny. So Enid also reminded me, yes, we're doing this with our knitting and stuff, but we should also kind of be stretching things out. So there's a knitting group I hang out with every once in a while, and here in town they meet at Starbucks on Saturdays, and they're a lot of fun. And one of the girls had sent like a little 1-pager out to us, kind of sharing it. I think she tagged us on Facebook with it, but it had a bunch of hand exercises that we as craft people and knitters and crocheters should be doing. So just want to remind you guys.
Well, and then Lars, what's his last name?
I don't know.
We went the retreat we went to.
The Ergo I Knit guy?
Mm-hmm.
He's got really great techniques. Yeah. I need to pull that book out.
Oh, we don't. Did you buy the book?
I did. I bought the book. So he's Ergo I Knit.
You would share it.
I can share it. Of course I'll share it.
I should just buy it and not be a cheap ass, but... But yeah, he's great. Lars.
No, Carson Demers.
I was
like, his name's
Lars. Who do I know his name is Lars?
That sounds like Hans and Franz.
Lars.
I'm Hans. And I'm Franz. No?
No.
I don't Saturday know. Night Live?
Yeah, I know them.
Oh, okay. We're going to pump you up. We're going to knit you up. Do you want to show sound check?
Yeah, I finished a while ago, and I'm haven't woven in the ends. See, Becky, I haven't done it either. It's okay.
It's all good.
It's all good. It's all good in the hood. Oh, and I've got
What is that? Did you drop a stitch?
I dropped a stitch, and I figured out I dropped a stitch over here.
Ooh.
So I was like, there's no way in hell I'm going to redo that.
So this is the sound check pattern, which is brioche.
It's brioche.
We'll do a close-up photo.
Am I doing it the wrong way?
I don't know.
No. And then
there it is.
There's the white side.
Which is the more dramatic side.
Check, sound, check. Check. Is it upside down?
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
That's fine.
So this is like the different like levels of sound on like audio.
It's pretty. I like it.
I just can't. It's amazing how much how it grows.
Yeah, I like to. I'm crazy. I block for length, so I want it to like, really.
So I was gonna ask you, would you mind putting it on? I want to see how it looks
with all the little tentacles.
Yeah, well, I mean, whatever with the tentacles, because it's such a narrow end, and then there's this really nice broader end. So you're using it like a shawl, then. Okay, cool. Oh, nice. It looks nice with your shirt.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Cool.
But then you're hiding what you have on the shirt.
That's okay.
Okay.
For today.
For right now.
And we'll get hot in a minute and pull this off.
That's true.
So that, and I'm working on a secret project again.
Using beautiful yarn.
Crafting my chaos yarn. So I'll just show part of it. This is the part that's like kind of not, kind of indescript. But it's gonna be super cool. I'm excited. There's some room for improv on this. I explained it to Elisa. Elisa kind of
made me nervous.
Made her nervous because improv is not her jam.
Not with knitting.
I'm kind of, I started it kicking and screaming, not understanding, but the person I'm test knitting this for is really kind of cool and sweet and very patient. Not to mention that I'm a big dork, so I make self-deprecating jokes and they laugh, so it kind of eases the tension a little bit.
Oh my goodness.
But no, yeah, very supportive. He actually sent me a video too to kind of help me because there's this little finicky spots that I just wasn't understanding. But I got it now and it's kind of cool. You just knit along, and then if you ever feel like whatever, you do something here, a little extra there.
So it's sort of like a choose your own adventure.
3 here. And short rows. So
yay, short rows!
Yeah, short rows, and it's gonna be cool. I'm using the Crafting My Chaos yarn. I forget the colorways. I should have those. I don't think I have
Something wine, isn't that one?
Her tonal, she does a lot of really pretty tonal colors. And
I know, there was a green that I was like, oh.
This is
something order online.
kind of the, and I showed them at that last episode we had. I showed them when we bought them we bought these at Yellow Rose.
That's where we met Becky and Dawn.
So, yeah. And then the bag. Love the bags. The bags are really well done. It's got 2 pockets. And she calls these little guys seat belts. And they're actually pretty bitchin'. I like them.
They are.
I was like, man, I never use that stuff. I never use the little holes and the little straps and the little things. And I'm kind of an old lady that way. But I used it this time and I actually like it a lot. So, and not to mention I like
succulents.
What else do I have here?
Tell us, what's in your Beach Babes?
My Beach Babes. Actually, this project was in there and it was sharing a space. Now that I have this bag, I put it all in there. This is Cumulus. And it's a little baby sweater.
It's such a pretty color.
Because I wanted to make something soft out of baby yarn or this pretty cotton. Oh, I just dropped a bunch of stitches. It's Cumulus.
I thought that was the yarn type.
By Juniper Moon?
Yes.
Juniper Moon.
I was looking for the tag.
As usual.
It's really, really soft and cuddly.
Super soft. It's Mako cotton. It's got a little bit of nylon or rayon in it to help.
So it doesn't stretch out too much?
Well, it helped in durability.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's super soft. Super fluffy.
Yes.
And cotton, is short staple, so that kind of helps it bind all together a little bit. But, yep. It's not knitted in the round, but it looks like it could be. It's got little buttons. So I got little buttonholes. I'm going to go on a search for some really cute buttons. A little yoke. It's so cute.
It's so cute.
I think a certain little girl might get this.
Oh,
Little Miss Stella. I'm going to give it to her.
That'd be awesome.
If she doesn't outgrow it, she'd look like...
I know. Our friend,
she's had a baby.
Who's a crocheter who just started learning to knit, Sam. She has a little girl who's 4 months now.
Mm-hmm.
She's so cute.
She's starting to fill out the little baby cheeks.
Mm-hmm. Her little feet. So, she's a happy baby.
What else?
So,
what else? So, we have a giveaway. We did the giveaway. And that's going to be in the next clip coming right up. So
it's exciting.
Check it out.
Hi guys, welcome to Saturday afternoon with River City Knits. Minus Amanda, but she'll be joining us later. But we do have Becky with Crafting My Chaos. She had a Indie Dyer pop-up trunk show today at the Yarn Barn. So we thought, this is a perfect way to kind of like close out the to close out our giveaway. I was trying to remember what the word was. So it's a very generous giveaway that we got from, you can find just right there, from Becky and her friend Dawn. If you want to show the yarns and maybe give us what the colorways are.
So this particular one came from Dawn at Four Hens Fiber, and it is a magic ball, where you basically take random different pieces of fingering weight yarn tied together with a magic knot until you have enough to make a 100-gram paint. This one is my Elite sock from Crafting My Chaos, and this color is Sapphire. It has 436 yards of 75-25 merino nylon mix.
It looks a lot very Doctor Who-ish too.
And it all fits nicely in this pretty little bag.
Yes. And this is all part of the giveaway, and there's also a pattern, which is Joseph's towel?
Yep, it's the Joseph shawl.
Yes.
That takes 200 grams of yarn, any fingering weight that you want, but it goes really well with any type of style. But if you do a variegated, like the magic knot here, with a solid to set it off as a pop color.
It's really pretty.
Oh, it's really nice. So our prompt for folks was to let us know what your summer crafting plans were. We didn't want to use the word goals. We may have used the word goals, but we're trying to keep it more just like, what are your plans? What do you want to do? It's summertime. So thank you guys for all your responses. We have all of the names here in this lovely yarn bowl. And so when Becky chooses the winner, I'm also going to just read off what that person's yarn goals were for the summer. So
Ready?
go for it.
I don't have my glasses on.
Oh, Catherine Anderete.
Oh, it's Kat. So she's a crocheter. And so she said what she wanted to do was knit from her stash. I remember hers. And so she wants to kind of work on the projects that she has. And now she has more to her stash.
Now you
so
have
she
more
have
for your stash.
stash enhancement. Congratulations. Yay. And big thanks to Becky for coming out today for the little pop-up chunk show. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, we had a great time. Lots of visitors come from near and far, and some people that knew us, some people that were brand new, and we had a great time here at the Yarn Barn today.
I'm really glad you came.
Wonderful visiting.
It was cool.
Yay. Thanks, guys.
Bye. Bye-bye.
So there you have it. Congratulations, Kat.
Congratulations, Kat.
Yep. It was so cool. We had a really good show. A lot of people came out for Becky, so it was cool.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun there at the shop. So I think that's it for this podcast.
Yep.
And so
Thanks for watching.
yeah, thanks for watching us, and we hope to see you again soon.
If you like the podcast, please subscribe.
Please subscribe and
Check us out again because we'll be doing more giveaways. We don't have a giveaway this time. We'll get
to get ourselves reorganized and stuff. So should be good. Well, Amanda's having a little pop-up chunk show at your shop later this month as well.
Yeah, a little birthday celebration. She's turning the big 4-0. And we're gonna have a little party, a little cake, a little refreshments. So if you're in town, come and see us.
Well, and also most importantly, her Lone Star Arts yarn and
No, that's
project
not. Of course,
bags.
that's not important.
no, that is. It's exciting to look at her stuff. Get to see it in
Wow.
person.
No, it's a yarn shop. We just party. That's all.
We're just partying.
There's no knitting involved in the yarn shop.
Birthday
just
cake,
kidding.
big 4-0,
Yay! And a new line.
and her new line.
New line. So that's what she's
excited.
debuting at Yarn Barn. So excited. This has been a very busy weekend. So I'm like beat.
So thank you guys, and we'll see you soon.
Bye.
Bye.